Today we're going to be reviewing the GripBoost Big Skill lineman gloves. Let's jump right in the unboxing. Okay, so normally I do the unboxing first and then I test it, but your boy forgot to record it, which means the gloves are very dirty for an unboxing. So they did not show up this way. They were pristine, clean, white, fresh when I got them. They just don't look that way anymore because I did things a little out of order today. So with the gloves, you get the two gloves, which we have here, and then you get the card. The glove is called the Big Skill. It has what they call their vice grip, which I'll talk about later, which is ultra durable. I think that is fantastic. #1 grip in football, they're talking about with the receiver gloves, but on this as well. On the back of the card here, they kind of shout out a couple things. So extra padding for protection, breathable materials for less sweating, added support on the grip to make sure the gloves are more durable, meets all the different standards, and added player tag for personalization. They added that somewhere on the inside. That's what you get with them. Now, taking a look at the glove here. So the first thing you can see that's super noticeable is this wishbone design on the inside here. Makes the glove very easy to get your hand in because it gets super wide here, and this split goes all the way up the back of hand. At the bottom here, we do have a bit of Velcro. We have the pad that it goes against. You can see a little bit to some of the materials on the inside here where they sewed in those palm pad, and I might have ripped them out of the packaging by accident. Whoops. Looking around the cuff here on the back, it does have this little design. Got the GripBoost logo, a couple different perforations there. A very small pad right here, which is not super common, so little pad, and then the rest of it is a neoprene cuff like you have with most other gloves. Now on the back of hand here on the thumb, you have one long pad here with the kind of these perforations to make it so it can kind of bend a little bit, but it's a little oversized. We'll talk about that later. On the thumb, you also do have the grip, which kind of goes over, and then it is a separate piece on here. It's the same grip, but it is a separate piece that kind of wraps all the way around the thumb here. Beside the thumb, we do have this kind of shiny material. You can see how it kind of shines. It's not silicone-y because it doesn't have any grip to it, but there's kind of this overlay maybe for a little bit of durability. On the inside of the thumb, we do have a little bit of mesh to kind of give yourself some room to work with. On the left side of the glove, now these only come in one colorway and they're a combo white and black. So on this side, we have 3 big pads which kind of go over top of your knuckle and down. On your index finger, you have one really long pad and then another pad here and then your thumb cap. This one has no pad here and one long pad here. This finger has 2 pads that are separated, and this one on your pinky has 2 pads. So a little bit confusing. Then there's also one really big pad that kind of wraps over and around your finger right there. Don't look at this band-aid, it's gross. And that's going to be the pads on the back of hand. So the pad choices are very non-traditional versus everyone else on the market, but we'll talk to that a little bit later. Looking at the inside of the glove here, we do have a perforated palm pad, so you can actually see how that protection wraps all the way around. On that, we do have the GripBoost logo on there. We have some perforations on the inside of the glove to kind of give you some more breathability. And then this grip on here is what they're calling their vice grip. It's going to be their lineman specific grip, and it is fantastic. Inside each finger here, you do have a bit of mesh for breathability and dexterity, and then you have another kind of different material here with some perforations to kind of increase the durability on the tops of the fingers to make them durable, and then some perforations to make sure you have a little bit of breathability. So those are all the details. Let's review it. Today's video is brought to you by Drymax. Now, if you're familiar with our channel, you've seen Drymax on a ton of guys across the NFL, including CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Ramsey, Justin Herbert, and Jamar Chase. But honestly, we could be here for a really long time if we went through every guy in the NFL that wears Drymax chin savers or their socks. And we actually have videos explaining how the technology works in the Drymax socks and the Drymax chin savers you can check out too. Essentially, Drymax is a company that specializes in moisture transfer and antimicrobial products. They sell the chin saver, which comes in the tube and the easy on and off version with that strip of Velcro. And they sell tons of different sock styles worn by different guys across the league. Here's how it works. The super hydrophobic Drymax fiber layer that rests against your chin is also infused with coupon copper. That copper releases millions of ions, which helps improve your skin's health and appearance. Worn regularly next to your skin, the coupon copper has been proven to improve your skin's elasticity, softness, appearance, tone, and texture. The most important part for me though is the hydrophobic fibers, which pulls all the moisture away from your skin, keeping you dry. This is why the socks are so popular in the league, keeping your feet dry and odor-free. Now, if you want to learn more about Drymax socks and their chin saver covers, visit all the links down below where we have links to both of our videos we put out and their website. Again, thanks to Drymax for sponsoring this video. Back to it. All right, now let's jump right into the review of this product. There's some really good things that they did, but also some really bad things that I want to see them improve in these year over year. Before we get into the actual categories, let's just talk about the name of these. So if you're familiar with like the general naming categories of football stuff, we have skill, big skill, and lineman. Skill is all the receiver stuff. Big Skill is all like the linebacker, tight end, quarterback, running back stuff, the padded receiver stuff, and then we have lineman, which is the lineman stuff. Now GripBoost is actually called the name of this product the Big Skill glove, but these are a lineman glove. And then they also have a Big Skill glove by the category, which is going to be their GripBoost Raptor. So their naming is kind of a little all over the board. These should be renamed to like the Raptor, and then their Raptor should be renamed to the Big Skill, because normal categories of football stuff, that's what they fall into. So just watch out for that. Anyways, enough about that. The actual categories. First one we always talk about is going to be the fit and comfort of the glove. And honestly, with these, it feels like they just made a lot of little mistakes. The first is going to be the wishbone in the back of hand here. And in theory, it makes sense. When you flex the back of your hand, it opens up. I get that for dexterity perspective, good to have. But I think it opens up a little bit too much when you actually flex the back of your hand. And I think that's why a lot of the competitors out there have kind of mesh that goes along the sides to give you that dexterity without having this huge back of hand gap that opens up. The other issue with these gloves is going to be all the pads on here. So they've decked this thing out with pads, but some of the placement and style choice of the pads just make the glove really restricting around your fingers. So you can see on this one, they have 2 pads here. This one, they have 1 pad. This one, they have 2. It just doesn't really make sense, and it makes each finger kind of flex differently. It's not really consistent feeling. Your thumb also has 1 really big pad on here that's kind of off-centered, and it's just hard to move your thumb, and I don't love it. The other glaring one for me on this is actually going to be the fingers on these. So I have really short fingers, which means generally the fingertips on all my gloves are a little extra long. However, on mine and these gloves, my fingers actually go all the way to the end, and I can even feel the little bits of the string from the end of the glove kind of going under my fingernails. So these are a really tight glove on my fingers, and I know that means for most people that wear a large football glove, these are going to be really, really tight in the fingers. So that's something I would look out for. The fingers are super small. It fits me almost too perfect where it's a little too tight, which means for most people, it's going to be way too tight. Now, as far as the fit goes, comparing this to all the other lineman gloves on the market, like the Under Armour Combat, Nike D-Tac, and the Adidas Impact, these probably fit third or last. Next up, we're going to cover breathability, and not gonna lie, these things don't have that much breathability. And like they did try, like they definitely tried their best on the breathability side, because you can see they added tons of perforations in the palm, they had perforations in the fingertip, they added little perforations wherever they could to make it more breathable, but they have really big, thick padding on this glove. It's only available with this black colorway, which makes it hold in heat even more. And they even added some of these overlays for durability here, which because of where they sit, again, holds in that moisture as well. So everything they did on this is great from a durability and a protection perspective, which is what you want from a lineman glove, but from a breathability, like most other lineman gloves, it's not very good. Next, we're talking about protection, and they did not skimp on the protection on these gloves. It is absolutely riddled with pads all the way across the back and the palm. On the back of hand, you have 3 pads that go down the side here. You have 1 pad that's actually really big and wraps all the way around and basically continues into the palm pad here, which is really nice. You have a really big, thick pad on your thumb here, and then big, thick pads on the back of your finger. So if you're wearing these gloves, if all you're concerned about is protection, this is arguably one of the most protective gloves on the market. All right, next up, we're gonna talk about durability. And like I already said, they've done a lot of different things on this glove to make sure it is super durable. They've double stitched all the seams on the inside and the outside. All the padding is embossed in here. We do have a GripBoost logo that is screen printed on here. That'll probably wear off over time, but that's the only thing on here that I can see failing from a durability perspective. They've also claimed that their vice grip is extra durable on the inside, which is what you want from a lineman glove, so that's great as well. Overall, I do think these would be a very durable glove. The only asterisk is we can't wear these for a full season and test durability like a normal player. What we can do is look at the materials and say, based on the materials, it's going to be pretty durable. But comment down below if you have these and let us know. All right, next up is going to be the grip. And this is what GripBoost now calls their vice grip. So in the same way Nike has their Hydro Grip, which is like a friction grip, GripBoost now has their vice grip, which is also a friction grip. And for all the years I have loved Nike's Hydro Grip for its abilities to hold the football when wet or dirty or just be durable in general, this now takes the #1 spot. Like legit, feeling it, I thought it was just going to be honestly pretty shitty to use. I was like, oh, they kind of cheaped out on the grip, their GripBoost, like what are they doing here? But then when I actually went outside, I tested with different footballs, wet, dirty footballs, everything I did. This is like a very, very good performing grip if you want to be a center that wants a padded glove. Like honestly, this grip was unbelievable when wet. It was great when dry. It just felt good with the football. It's somehow really thin, but also really durable. It has a nice feel to it. This grip is actually amazing. All right, next up, we are looking at price. I think these were 77 bucks. Again, it'll be on the screen anyways for you guys. But as far as other lineman gloves on the market, I think the D-Tacs are 70. I think the Cutter's Force are 70 or 65, somewhere in that window. So it's slightly more expensive than all the other gloves on the market by about 5 to 10 bucks. But we will let you know at the end if we think it's worth it. All right, next up is going to be style. Now, these gloves are not great looking in my opinion. It's only available in one colorway, this white black. I wish they just did all white or all black and just left it at that. This kind of split design, I don't like. I think it looks pretty whack. Style perspective, I kind of hate it. Now, positions, because of this grip on the inside of the amount of padding on the inside, this is a super versatile versatile glove for anyone on the line. So I can recommend this glove for any lineman. If you're a center, you can use it with the vice grip. If you're a guard, tackle, D-end, any of those positions that you want really big, thick padding with a little bit of like a durable grip on the inside, great lineman glove for that. So overall thoughts on these gloves, I kind of shit on them aside from the grip. Like honestly, I don't like the colors, I don't like the style. Some of the pad placement is not great. I do love how protective it is, and I do love the grip on the inside. So if you can get past all the other stuff, if you're just looking at maximum protection, maximum grip for a lineman glove, this is probably your best one. But if you care about all that other stuff like style, breathability, colors, price, then maybe it's not for you. Again, I can't make that decision for you. All we can do is inform you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Dropping 2 videos every week. Do not forget to subscribe so you can see all the new football products for this year. Make sure you buy the right ones. Peace.